mentioned this the other night that you feel like your team needs to work harder. Is that what you've seen coming out of the games?
Yeah, it's kind of a twofold thing for me. I do think we can learn a little bit from Jersey, team that's beat up, guys just pushing. I think you can get a lot accomplished as a team as just far as your just the work base that you have. Having said that, working hard, you need to also work smart. And I think working with confidence. I think we got a twofold thing here. I do think we need to up ourselves as far as the battles of the game, but I also think we need to relax and try to enjoy the game. And yeah, and sometimes it's hard to get both of those in the same realm because you're pushing, but you forget it's supposed to be fun and you're supposed to allow yourself to play. And I think those are the two biggest hurdles we need to cross here.
And you can't command somebody to just relax, right?
No,
How do you get people to relax?
Well, I think it's the actions from the coaches. I think it's the actions and the demeanor of just how we're trying to go about our business. We've had a lot of meetings after the deadline. I think we've played probably 2 good games since the deadline. We've done a lot of talk and trying to figure out really what's going on with our club. We got to stop that. Yeah. We just got to go out and play. I'm going to give them 2 points tonight. I mean, I could give them, if it's the regular season, I could give them regular season game 30. I could give them 7 or 8 points that I think we need to improve on. I'm giving them 2 very simple points, and then I just like to open the gate, just like a bunch of horses, letting them out and go play. Yeah. And we're not going to overcoach it. Go play. Even maybe a little shinny hockey, like you're on the pond playing. Right. I do really think we need to release ourselves from just beating ourselves down with just feeling the pressure of that.
Yeah.
John, you're not asking them to reinvent the wheel. It's a style of play this team has played.
We know
recently,
how to play.
Right?
Yeah, we know how to play. It's just we're all what happened to after the deadline, and I do think it has something to do with now you're supposed to win, but that shouldn't affect. I feel for them because it's a grind of a year. This is supposed to be the most fun part of the year right now in a race, and I don't want them to miss the boat there as far as trying to enjoy themselves. We've grinded them, we've kicked them, and showed them tape after tape and this and that and complained about their play, all this stuff you do as a coach during the regular season. Right now, this part of the year, we need to be together and try to have some fun with it. If you don't have fun with it now, it's an awful year. It's an awful sport or an awful being to be if you're not going to try to have some fun.
Shane and Dzingel come in from situations where playing hard, playing well in Ottawa for sure, but out of it. And step right into a race. Is there a sense from you how difficult that is?
Sure.
These games are turned out.
And they're with a new team.
Yeah.
And they're with a new team with expectations. Yeah. I mean, we had expectations prior towards the deadline, and I think when a team starts having expectations, that's a good thing. The process is working with the club. So now want to be in it, and I do think those 2 guys want to be in it, but it's hard when you come to a team and. The new city and just trying to feel comfortable. First time Zinger's been traded. Yeah. It's a difficult thing for a young kid. He's played more minutes there in Ottawa, and where it's not the exact minutes that he's getting here because I got other people that I have here also. It's a different team. So there are a lot of things come into play, but it should not take out being enthusiastic about playing the game of hockey. That's why we play this game.
Do you have lineup changes for tonight?
Tom. Nasher's in, Hanny's out. Yeah, and Bob is out, and Korpi's the goaltender, our starting goaltender, and Kincaid's backing up. Those are the changes.
Is this a scheduled day off for Bob?
This is when we brought a goalie in, Cater in. We don't get too far ahead, but we feel he's played a lot of hockey. This was a game that. We wanted to give to Korpi and try to give Bob a little bit of rest and kind of work on his game. Bob is a guy that needs some days sometimes to work on certain parts of his game that you can't do when you're playing as much as he has. This is a good day for him.
So this isn't Bob's struggles against Pittsburgh?
No, this is a situation. We have 3 goalies, And Bob has played a lot. I wasn't sure if I was going to play him the back-to-backs.
Yeah.
He did. We still had a practice after that back-to-back because we didn't want to do all the travel on the day of the game against Jersey. So he's been on the ice a lot, and this is a situation where now he has a few days to work with Manny.
You've seen Kincaid's record against Pittsburgh. I'm sure any thought to giving him a start, or do you even look at that?
I'm going with Corpy tonight.
Yeah.
So stop asking me what my goaltender is. I told you already.
When you talk, going back to what you're talking about, just opening the gates, letting them play, is there any more of a challenge because of who you're playing tonight
No.
and where you're at?
No, I think it's a good situation. I think it's a pretty good marriage tonight, in where we know where we've had some struggle against this team. It's a tremendous challenge. It's a good hockey club we're playing against, and I don't think any of that, any stuff you can throw at me, should affect that a team that has really kind of felt it and paralyzed themselves here for the past few should just be thinking about this, because this is all we've talked about as a team is just let's just open the doors and play. And they're hearing it from the coaches. They're everything. In our meetings, we haven't given them much information X's and O's wise. We just want them to try to enjoy it. And so there should be, there's no barrier there. And hopefully they'll handle it the right way.
Is this new territory for you as a coach, trying
No.
to like get a team to kind of get over like
Oh, no.
whatever they're dealing with?
No. Teams go through it. We just have to be, we're going through it right now after a deadline, after a lot of people talked about this team, just took a huge step with the deals, which we did. 2 really good players, 4 really good players, counting the goalie. Yeah, but it's just the timing of it, because we're in a hell of a race, and teams go through this. We don't have a number of games to get out of it, because we're running out of games. That's the only catch here. So we've just got to try to allow ourselves to express ourselves and just go play.
John, is every year different? Because I don't think that like Duchesne is probably a much higher level player than a Thomas Vanek or an Ian Cole. Because last year those guys seemed to come in and they seem to mesh pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Is it just every deadline is different as far as the type of players?
Every deadline is different. Every year is different. Every situation the team is at this time of year is different. Yeah, that's the greatest thing about the game is you just don't know when players lose confidence or just have some struggles mentally. They just don't feel good about their game. We don't know. If we did, it'd be really easy to coach. And yeah, so we have to deal with it. I think we've gone a couple of different routes. When we were going through some games, we did a lot of teaching as far as some of the X's and O's. I think they understand that part of it. But right now, there's 2 things. I think our work habits, and that's the good news, that's something we can control, real easy thing to control. And the second thing is, on top of that, don't be afraid to make a mistake. It's a game of mistakes. Let's go play.
How easy is that to say, oh, I'm just going to go play relaxed?
Well, the games mean so much to obviously to everyone in this room and the position we're in. It's I think it's more of just going out and playing hockey. I think that's what he's talking about, and it obviously starts with our work ethic and then the skill and the fun and all the things that come with the game of hockey take over from there.
It's not a reach for this team. That's kind of the style that you guys have played with when you were having success, right?
Yeah. That's part of our identity. It's part of our culture here that we've developed over the years now, and we've always been known as a hard team to play against for a reason, and that's being physical and making the other team's life difficult out there, checking hard, doing the little things and the details of the game. So obviously, when we're doing all those things, we're a pretty good team.
Seth, you've been through this. A lot of the guys in this room have been through this, even though it's a young team. But is it just the expectations right now that are making things more difficult for you, or what's the
I don't know.
challenge?
I wish we had the answers, but going back, just go out there and stay loose, have fun with it, and and I can speak for myself. When I'm having fun, I'm working hard, I'm winning battles, I'm making things happen, whether it's defensively or offensively, and trying to make a difference.
It's been a while. What does this opportunity mean for you tonight?
I think it's huge. It's going to be fun to play in this building today. Huge game for us, and hope I'm going to help the team to win today.
You mentioned the word fun. That's something John Tortorella just told us about, wants you guys to have fun and relax a little bit. How difficult or easy would that be to do in this situation tonight?
I don't know. I think this game is gonna get us going today. It's gonna be rocking here in Pittsburgh, so I'm sure we're gonna have fun and gonna be excited out there.
Corby, this won't be your first like really big start of the year. I mean, you've had a couple of them at Washington. Remember that one? Can you kind of fall back on those and know that you're ready to go no matter what at this point?
Yeah, of course. I know I and the whole team we can do this. It's a big game for us, and we had this throughout the whole season. So we've been here before, and it's nothing else than a normal game.
When did you find out you were starting?
Yesterday.
Corby, how's the dynamic changed with 3 goalies? Because it's just weird. There are 2 nets. You're having to share a net. The last game, you don't dress. Kincaid dresses. Now today you make the start. How strange is just the whole 3 goalie dynamic to deal with?
Oh, we're used to it now because it's been a couple of weeks like that, and it's good. We got a good rotation, so everyone gets enough pucks, so it's no problem.
Have you gotten to know Kincaid a little bit?
Yeah, great guy, good goalie.
Yeah, good. So, I mean, did you think having the 3 kind of makes you guys all better a little bit with the internal competition type of thing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at least I feel like it brings me a little bit more. Me and Kincaid, we do mostly stuff in one end, so it's nice to have some competition. It's going to push you forward.
I know that you personally always looking forward to just getting to net anytime you can. When it's a team like Pittsburgh or Washington or Tampa, I mean, what does that mean to you to be able to get those kind of opportunities against those teams, personally?
It feels good to play these games, It's been a while since I played a game anyway, so it's just exciting and trying to enjoy the game out there.